Hey, hello everyone. This is Nate Raymond, and right now I'm going to share my screen because I got to show you guys what's going on in the world here. And yeah, here we go. And yes, so we're making this video because there's a big opportunity that's occurring, and this weekend or this event that's coming up at the hotel with Glenn and John Sagittarius. It's going to be the one that the current Chamber of the Commerce members need to visit and hear, and I'm going to show why. But I just am having a little bit of trouble here for some reason. But no, this isn't it. And sorry, everybody. But now we're getting into it. Okay. And I have no reason not to think that you guys are hearing what I'm saying, and I'll check it after this. But let's start with what we got here. Okay, open this up. All right. So let's design a smart city where residents can connect with tourists and become influencers too. Copy our model to launch your social business to help travelers experience Japan. And we're inviting Costa Mesa 16, 17, 18-year olds to come to Japan. And I'm preparing the Japanese students here for how to make the most of that situation. And so we're also here creating this inbound freelancer speed meeting event where 20 16, 17, 18-year olds from Costa Mesa, we are inviting them to get on this 1 hour meeting with these 20 Japanese people. And their connection is going to make the engine that's going to drive growth. And doing it through this Web3 bank is going to make things happen. Okay. So I'll show you how, I operate myself. Okay. I'm just, I am a personal brand ambassador. But what that means is just we have a chance to, market on social media to people in such a way that, sorry, I got it. I work with theaters and public theater. So we want to have, and see, that's the thing about Costa Mesa is you have so much theater. I mean, you guys are in Hollywood. This is Los Angeles. This is a major location. I'm from New York, and this is something I do in New York. And when it comes to this Web3 bank, the two gentlemen I've been introduced to, George and Glenn, but George is from New York and I'm from New York, but Glenn is from California and this is California. So this Costa Mesa first location is a chance for us to engage these key KPIs, key performance indicators, basically a point system. Something that's recognized, and My Japan Exchange is this communication system for our Japanese travelers that when we get the people in Costa Mesa, the 16, 17, 18-year olds to connect to these Japanese, learn how to speak in this way where the 12 categories, okay, so we're leveraging our culture and viral trends, our community engagement and hype, our unique branding and visual identity, the right blockchain, a token structure, and smart contracts. And this is what we need for actual engagement. The 12 categories of business in Costa Mesa, the hero's journey, the, the genesis block of how we use this as a first blockchain. And then we get into more Japanese spirituality, like the ikigai, the reason for living, the evolution of the past to the future for work styles, and this three-way satisfaction that's good for the seller, good for society, and good for the buyer. So this three-way satisfaction is really the thing we're allowing to take place. And this Web3 bank is the first step to have it. So when things like that are occurring, it becomes an economy for the people. Okay. So I want to also introduce, I have this digital nomad boot camp in Japan. And well, this digital nomad boot camp has to do with what's possible when people download my app. So the Costa Mesa people are going to download this app and experience this life optimization. So this life optimization of the 16, 17, 18-year olds in our startup accelerator, it takes their authenticity, their organic authenticity, and really allows us to make an organic marketing campaign. It blows paid marketing out of the water. In terms of organic marketing is testimonials from real experiences that were had, and we're able to provide that. Okay. So now we go to Costa Mesa. Okay. Real businesses that's happening. And, this is associated with the 12 categories of conversation that Japanese people will have with the 16, 17, 18-year-olds in Costa Mesa. The 12 categories have to do with 12 real businesses taking place in Costa Mesa. So we're talking about the arts, okay? And when we click on this art, okay, yeah. Oh, is it not going to let me click on things? All right, not interesting. I see. So that's some of the problems you run into at times. No, this is not what I want to do. Here we go. These people think they're slick, that they're going to mess with me. Sorry, I'm having a few technical issues here. Anyway, when it comes to Costa Mesa of the arts, see, these links are what, students who will come, they are going to lead to people. And that's the thing. We're okay for each of the 16, 17, 18-year-olds that meet these Japanese students, they're just the bridge for us to then go to the 12 categories of business that exist in Costa Mesa. And yeah, I am having a few problems here. Well, let me open this up one more time because this Costa Mesa user experience really is the thing that. All right, right. Okay, so these are the 12 categories. Okay, we've got art, we've got ESL, English as a second language. You got NPO, nonprofits. We got podcasts. We got universities. We got tech recruitment. We got city hall, internships, travel, local business, public makers lab, and franchise. And it's just these 12 categories, when you look it up in Costa Mesa, it's just top notch everything. Like these language classes. And I mean, this is just an example. I'm not even sure if this is the correct. See, and that's what we are. We're detectives, but we find out. See, these businesses have attracted people who want to speak English, and we created the best way to do that. So we have to, be converting these business experiences from their, authority based, how do you say, institutionalizations, okay, to make it a more personalized, peer to peer, populist situation. And this simple difference also allows us to integrate with the AI decentralized models. So that is going to be something that really nobody can really compete with. And you know what? I don't know why. For some reason, every time I try to go back to yes. Oh, I guess that's just what happens for some reason. Here we go. Excuse me, everybody. Oh, I see. Okay. I can get back there for just never mind. Here we go. I'm back to it. So fine. Next, we've got the nonprofits. And this one nonprofit, see, that's what I wanted to tell you, is Trellis International. And this Trellis International is the perfect thing. And on their website, there is an explanation of Trellis. And see, Trellis is an organization doing the same exact thing we're doing. They're focusing on, entrepreneurship of the community, basically. Trellis is this to facilitate cooperation around the practical, relational, spiritual challenges in a city by stimulating, encouraging, and supporting city catalysts and the movements they are leading. So we're calling upon people who are change makers. Now this business exists, Trellis, right? They're not expecting somebody like me who is connected to a Web3 bank. They're operating in the world. What's their business model? They have this website and they have people to donate. Now, this kind of donation model where you just expect people to find your place and donate, right? It doesn't happen. They need people like us to call attention on things in new ways. And the 16, 17, 18-year-olds in Costa Mesa are the best ones to connect people to businesses like this who would be willing to split the profits, but also let the 16, 17, 18-year-olds take part in what's being offered. And they're contributing what they do. But in our Japan exchange, they're paired with Japanese people who are wanting these Costa Mesa people to guide them because it's their cultural exchange. The way we arrange like a date, okay? But this spending time together and this dating or marriage, but we totally get away from the romantic to the creation in our platform. Okay, our platform becomes the way of expression in it, like a game. Okay, tokenization, gamification, and these types of businesses like this, they will contribute money to where we create a fund that then the users can get pieces of that fund when they complete tasks. So it's amazing. Okay, next. Right? Okay, the podcast, number 4, podcast. So I Heart Costa Mesa show. Now we're going to the 16, 17, 18-year-olds in Costa Mesa are gonna get on this podcast. We provide all the vehicle for how they're gonna execute their campaigns as travel influencers of Costa Mesa. And they're only doing it because they're setting up the chatbots that are going to do it. So we're offering a chatbot. The current Chamber of Commerce, when I, from Facebook, wrote them a message, there isn't an actual human that's there ready to give a response. But for people online, for us to attract them to a user experience, they're going to experience people who do respond, a responsive system. And that's where the chatbots are so important because people don't want to do the work and they don't have to do the work. The chatbot will do the work. Okay. So don't worry. We're just giving people everything they need. And our next is university. So now the Vanguard Southern California Marketing University currently has a lot of students who are right now studying what they're going to do after school, after they graduate for their work. And what we're doing, connected them to the Web3, is how they're going to actually, accomplish what they're supposed to be learning here at these universities. But Vanguard University of Southern California, this, I believe, is the best target, and we're going to send people there. Okay. Next, let's go with the next. Okay. So next is tech recruitment. Now, oh my God, the best tech recruitment agencies in Costa Mesa. It's ridiculous. You guys are the Silicon Valley. You guys, see? Okay, Stride Search. Okay, it's just important that you know The people who are coming from Japan to Costa Mesa, they have their own tech skills and they're looking to implement their tech skills alongside the tech people that are already being recruited. So, everybody that does participate participates in creating an intellectual property. And this intellectual property is what we're building upon that eventually becomes something that everybody needs because it's an already tried and tested solution for people who are in situations that need solutions. And when we say situations that need solutions, we're talking about, the education is tied to a travel. So when you're in a new land, you need solutions right away. And we're going to have that. So anyway, here, City Hall, Costa Mesa. Okay, what we're doing, we're hooking up to the Costa Mesa, administration. We're talking about the mayor. We're talking about the Chamber of Commerce, because, so the mayor and city council, obviously, yes, definitely, So, oh, look at this fine group of well-to-doers. Yes. See? I mean, look, these are fine people. Hey, we want to help them. We want to help them make their people happy. And we get to make them look good by having the 16, 17, 18-year-olds of your community be the ones that are going to drive growth through their social entrepreneurship in our Web3 collaboration where they, okay, are empowering travelers from Japan to have internships. And that's why we come to this internship location. And 2026 entertainment internships in Costa. For a Japanese person to come to Japan, to come to America and be able to have these opportunities at entertainment internships, and it's just a dream come true. I'm sorry. I'm just excited on behalf of my Japanese people who take part in this, that if they actually did meet, you guys don't appreciate what you have. And well, it's not that sorry, I'm not saying anything bad. Don't take this wrong way. Nobody appreciates what they have until there's somebody from afar away that helps you appreciate it. And these Japanese people will do that. Okay, then travel. So travel has to do with, right, your tourism departments, right there. They want to attract people to, Costa Mesa, but we're showing how your 16, 17, 18-year-olds in Costa Mesa are the engine for attracting, but not just attracting tourists who are only there for short-term experiences, but these Japanese entrepreneurs who are emotionally invested, but it's a culture that we're creating. And yes, Japanese are a part of, but we can expect any people who come through my Japan exchange, no matter what country they do, to carry out these 12 categories of experience, and they do it as volunteers, as basically a pilgrimage where people are spiritually, following this type of digital roadmap we create because we're quantum entangling. We're a collective that's so responsive that as soon as one member of the collective knows something, the rest know it. And this is how we're distributing, matching customers and business. We exist between customers and business. So, we're really doing the job. All these businesses, we're doing their job for them just by us being influencers and providing as community collaboration and experience, where our word of mouth human network is the infrastructure because we're personalizing experiences through personalization, and personalization bleeds into other industries. So we're an embodiment of that in a way that people really appreciate. Okay, so anyway, all this translates when we get into the most important people are the Costa Mesa Chamber of Commerce And yes, the Costa Mesa, as I get online, yes, look at this. Stay connected. They're asking me for my email, name, great company. Who are you? Right? Now that's great. Now we take things a step further and we're saying the Costa Mesa Chamber of Commerce, right? We want to innovate. Okay. And oh, God, what a beautiful location. And this has to do with, right, the 16, 17, 18-year-olds that visit and they're visiting the Chamber of Commerce, and then we're making content, YouTube content. We're using that content into entertainment and spreading out, making things really cool, epic, larger than life. But what's important too is how the existing members, okay? Now, how many Chamber of Commerce members do you have, and how many businesses exist in Costa Mesa, and are they not all members of the Chamber of Commerce, and why not? And is being a member of Chamber of Commerce something that's so useful? But how about I'm proposing something that we make the Chamber of Commerce that's something that every business wants to be involved in, and the only way they do it is just download our app, and our app will make them their make the people that are coming to Costa Mesa aware of their existence, and our chatbot and matching schedules will have people visiting these businesses. And when we visit these businesses, we also transform the experience of visiting the business, not just into an experience, but also into e-commerce. Okay, so we open the door for how this transformation of transaction. Okay, now we're not saying, right, okay, we're saying you need to employ all strategies, and regardless of where your allegiances lie between old ways and new ways, okay, these new ways of doing things, they cannot be discounted, and we make it very easy by just saying to the 16, 17-year-olds that, just visit these businesses as YouTuber influencers for our Japanese travelers. But it's very important that the existing Chamber of Commerce members know that first, this Web3 that we're providing, that eventually these young influencers are going to use to be their bank, but also how, you have a chance now to establish your legacy at a time where people like myself, who I was born in 1980, and growing up, right, hearing figures like Rockefeller, like Carnegie, titans of business who did things that now the rest of us are benefiting from, right? The 80-20 rule, how 80% of people living off the efforts of 20. And now this time, the Chamber of Commerce members do make up that 20%. And that is amazing, right? But also, you guys are in a great chance now to jump to the future of business and establishing your names firmly in a similar legacy as the post-COVID era, when the world went digital, how they saw themselves as the accelerant needed for now our current 16, 17, 18-year-olds and university-age students to they themselves be a catalyst for the other members of society who are, we all need to benefit into society, but at the moment, the one who can make the most impact are these people who are on social media, and they can be mouthpieces to echo the kinds of opportunities that we're giving out. And we give the system for that. But first, there's this event that that Glenn and John and Dr. Sanchez Torres are giving, that we need people to join to understand the Web3 structure for how the whole town is going to benefit, and how this whole town is going to be a startup city model that then we franchise and we expand upon. Okay. And so, right. So now, this is all happening in an amazing way too, because here, this IBM exchange at the AI Academy at Costa Mesa, right? This is what they need to not just create a model in California, but to create a global model in California because the model we create with them, we're the ones bringing those global elements to it so that immediately when they make it, boom, it can go global instead of establishing something only in their city. And then if you want to execute it in another city, it doesn't work as well sometimes, right? And that's the problem is that see these systems are global, but businesses who only operate in certain environments, they can't penetrate all environments, but our personal brands can, and they're handing off the way that businesses, 90% of them, they need to pay for marketing, but instead of paid marketing, we do organic marketing, which allows us to focus on the authenticity of the 16, 17, 18-year olds in universities or anybody, but just focus on that as a point that in time does develop the person, the individuals to use what they're doing into our AI models that actually, but we don't start with money. We don't start, we start in a very organic way. But this is the top of the line locations that are being developed. And here, these franchises are here, 6 branding companies in Costa Mesa. If you look at these types of, branding offices, Stormbrain, Column 5, Hall Pass Media, these are these groups. They're big. They're big. They're going to help us to totally turn all this branding into action. And not only that, okay, see, but you got to stick with me here, okay? Because I do have this app, and here we get a chance to see the app, what's happening, okay? So all these Costa Mesa people and all these Japan people, you guys are then going to download this app and we're going to start your own ventures, okay? And this is where we get into the interface with the Bank of the Future, giving NFTs, this where I work with Japan. We're talking about all the value that's here. But now we're also talking about how to take what you have and make it the highest price and creating this energetic algorithm with the things you're interested in, you get more of, you feed it. And then we do online marketing using social media to create these community startups. Okay, startups is part of the community. And it's done through our user experience, through my user design. And the culture that we're implementing is one of innovation leadership through our interactive sessions, theory and practice, and global collaboration. Now, we have these startups. Now, there's much more startups registered in India, but they all need to come to Japan. So, but our quantum entanglement, we're engineering right now, be how new people come and the way they're thinking is something we, because we're engineering them in this pattern of the hero's journey, which all Hollywood movies are based on. And taking a look at the global economy right now, we're the ones that are interlinking in between. And this becomes a whole startup model for our communities. And if you connect to our community, we are connecting easily to other communities in China, Australia, all these other places. And so here on this app I created, yes, people discover, but there's also these courses that people can access. And here they have these webinars that I uploaded, and people learn how to first, be English conversation partners, how to take the interests, skills, and dreams they already have, use it to introduce themselves, create their profile, and then become a digital nomad, knowing how the actions that you do for people in your community can be beneficial for the seller, society, and the buyer. And when we're going in my trip that we're offering, where people who visit do the 12 categories of business, okay, then, so people get this knowledge. And then what they do is they'll be here, they'll get on the Japan ambassadors page. Okay, so you'll create your profile on the Japan ambassadors page so that people can see you. Now we have also not just Japan ambassadors page, we have a Japan company page. So you can see the different companies that are also going to be, because and then there's tracking. Okay, so now the tracking we're going to do, so everything you're doing is the kind of tracking we're keeping. So anyway, so this app becomes just one part of it. Okay, and then we also have, okay, so then I have this system. Okay, where what we do is we're changing, okay, the JEX revenue streams of ecosystem. So each influencer is going to learn how they're going to be helping these travelers come and how they develop revenue streams for themselves by ensuring that travelers can attend all these different community internships. And and when people get on this page and they hit this call to action, then they can get taken to where they see this dash next. And this is a system where people get their own offer page, they get their own website, they get their own, everything they need as an individual to become their own e-commerce store, an agent of e-commerce. And we visit business and they ask them, to put their business on our e-commerce store, and then we can sell, access to their store for an experience for travelers, and how this is bridging the gap in a way that business can now earn e-commerce streams from our social media and welcome us for this. And I have my own, YouTube channel that I use to, so I make YouTube content, people watch it, then I have a link for people to click, and if people click it, then they can get the things they want, and that's great. And so we do all this on behalf of my website, which I created now, which is called the Raymond English Dojo. So my school, Raymond English Dojo, is so that all of your 16, 17, 18-year-olds can also join with these Japanese people. This is the place where people are going to discover the chatbot eventually. And we can get on the same page that, the people will join the English Dojo. You join as a white belt, but you're teaching 12 categories, and you become a black belt when you get to a level that allows you to come visit me in Japan. So we've thought about a lot of great ways we can help people out, and we want to help you out, everybody out. Okay, so yeah, we got here now. What do we got here next? I mean, there's just always so much to show people, but okay, so just know that what is the Japan Exchange, right? This is a Web3 RaymondEnglishDojo.com. Okay, it's an experience-based platform. Okay, so all the money Japan is spending to learn English, people don't speak English because it's not enough to learn English. You have to use it in a situation with who, but because of social situations, that's really difficult. But my way makes it easier, that through Web3 Exchange and my website and this bank, and now introducing people, that we start an engine that really is going to make it so the students, they power it themselves. And it's a peer-to-peer marketplace. Okay. So right now, this is also how we incentivize people, right? Because it's like, how do you go to Japan for free? Okay. So you create a YouTube channel to establish yourself as a content creator. You take videos of 12 locations as a virtual tour to establish those businesses as your stakeholders. 3, download the Japan Exchange app to create a profile and upload your YouTube channel links. 4, get on a speed meeting event to meet 20 people that will see your virtual tour stakeholders to people who visit you for internship travel and welcome you to visit Japan to prepare their real world travel plans. And then 5, your stakeholders fund your trip to Japan because you are bringing educational tourism to your stakeholders of YouTube that will visit, take videos of your stakeholders to transform their business through e-commerce and peer-to-peer direct selling through the Japan Exchange app. Okay, that wasn't well written, but anyway, there's 5 steps. 5 steps, your students, the 16, 17, 18-year-olds Costa Mesa take to come to Japan for free. So they can become global. Okay, any place of anywhere. To become global means, right, you have to go outside your location. So we allow that to happen. And look how we motivate people to make it happen. Okay. So first of all, okay, we're making it needed to understand that 3, 2, 1. Sorry about this. Okay, anyways, here we are. Now, as a Web3 bank, okay, this Japan Exchange AI bank, okay, this Web3 bank we're offering, okay? Now, you're witnessing one of the greatest wealth transfers in history, and we can't miss out. Every 10 years, your currency value drops 50% due to inflation. 50%. So we must switch to decentralized finance so we can create an appreciating asset through our own coin. Japan Exchange allows you to invest using 1, assets you already own, at 2, this is low risk. There are more borrowers than there are lenders, and we provide the crypto you need to access the deals that are only possible with our blockchain. Lower risk than the stock market. Others are speculating, but we are clear because we are making deals. We provide what others need for success, and they provide the collateral. Start free. We can raise 10,000 to get 6 figures by supplying the information others need to profit and ensure authenticity to keep members safe. That's just an example, right? We are just like, we can grow money is the thing. We have a growth model, okay? And anyone can do this. Even if you've never traded crypto before, have no clue about blockchain, right? But banks cannot get involved with that. The banks of the past, only this new type of bank. And it's only available through our type of mastermind, okay? Our cooperation through a community DAO, decentralized autonomous organization, rooted in collaboration with locals, word of mouth, through our speed meeting event ensures our money is safe against fraud, okay? So we keep people safe. We make things real and positive and wholesome. So not fraudulent, okay? We're the ones that are doing this. And look how we do it, because we call people to become remote work ambassadors. So 16, 17, 18-year-olds in Costa Rica, join our remote team, the Japan Exchange recruiting ambassadors willing to introduce themselves and create a chat out of themselves to assist Japanese people for collaboration. The ambassador trainer, me, made in Japan. Japan Exchange affiliate ambassador of English conversation. Overdue on purpose. Nathan Raymond lives in Japan, and his network developed over 30 years can connect foreign people for remote work as an English conversation partner. English education standards. Personally brand yourself, creating a virtual tour of your area and speed meeting. Use a chatbot you create and then guide the people you meet to their next steps. 3, execute the 12 categories of experience model and get paid residually. Objectives, transform people into remote workers by creating the profile for matching. 2, engineer speed meeting events and then share with them our information. And 3, use the information we share for next steps for health, wealth, and relationships. Materials needed. Your personal introduction, interests, skills, dreams. 2, your YouTube channel showing your authenticity regarding a virtual tour. Verification. Steps to check for students' understanding. After seed meeting and checking people's profiles, creating next steps. 2, creating joint collaboration content or podcasts. 3, using collaboration content with stakeholders to unleash funds for travel. So yes, and then the activities. We create speed meetings, then subsequent 12 categories of experience. Creating content will not only create the language immersion necessary, but also the content will be used to guide remote workers to our location. The real world experience of organic content marketing is the most trustworthy to then invite people to interact with our Japan Exchange CRM chatbots of Nathan Raymond and other associated affiliates, which is you. Who's an affiliate? That is you. Okay. And through that setup, understand this is the future travel to Japan, the Japan Exchange Jack's peer-to-peer marketplace, where we give a menu choice of experiences that people can access through our experience pay peer-to-peer marketplace. Okay, and so everybody who joins is an agent of experience for others. We're just identifying experience as the thing that people indeed get to choose as they're choosing their activities on a trip. Once you're traveled, you need then to fill up the time with appointments and many suggestions and people able to choose from a lot of different according to what they want, being an aspect of the superior user experience we're offering. That's going to make everybody wild for this. Okay, and so how we map out how somebody can join this experience marketplace and offer the 12 categories, but still knowing that through the app, through the YouTube, and our next legacy system, okay? And okay, so stay with me, guys. Now, look, anybody who's interested in how, these stable coins, okay? These stable coins are here that, well documented about. And finally, through what we're giving information about is the stable coin you need. But if you understand this explanation on stable coins, they are telling you exactly why what we're giving is just so amazing. But we have that information if you need it. And then, just so you know that what we're offering then allows us to have this process manual that, okay, so the 16, 17, 18-year-olds in Costa Mesa are not just benefiting businesses of you guys, but we're joining you to these Japanese business and even international group of joint stakeholders. So we would educate you about these different Japanese companies that I have gathered. But one of the Japanese companies here, I will share that too, is something called Station AI. And they are the ones who are doing work with people like NVIDIA and chatbots and AI. And I went to an event at their location yesterday. And here's just an example of their company sponsors. So these are a lot of Japanese. So all you businesses in Costa Mesa represent, right, just business as a community, but then also all businesses in America and having businesses in Japan and having us be something that we could collaborate on that's engineered from the community level is going to be something just I don't think you businesses are able to understand the benefits of having the yin and the yang, okay? And they do represent a type of yin yang when it comes to, right, this top-down pyramid and this bottom, because we are getting the different power dynamics of this. And here, we're just learning the difference of a boss and a leader. Now, a lot of you are probably bosses, but we're showing now what's going to take to create a leader. And these 16, 17-year-olds, they're going to be leaders. And I want you guys to take pride that you're part of our group that's making them being able to do these things. So let me tell you the top reasons why, okay? We think this is a good idea, okay? And here, top 10 results for current Costa Mesa Chamber of Commerce members to attend the Web3 Bank event with Glenn and Dr. Sagittarius is 1, freelance influencers and chatbots. Employ community influencers to drive customers to business via chatbots. 2, influencer-driven educational travel. Promote education travel to local businesses via influencers, boosting community impact. 3, Metaverse migration, shift customers' business interactions to the metaverse, enabling the community to earn affiliate points. 4, global business navigation. Influencers help Japanese entrepreneurs of the same age navigate Costa Mesa business for global reach. 5, scholarships and exchange. Offer scholarships for Japanese and Costa Mesa influencers to visit Japan supporting business ventures. 6, scalable JETRO model. Leverage the joint influencer effort to create a scalable export model for JETRO. And if you don't know who JETRO is, they handle the relations between Japan and exporting to other countries, but they don't have the information that we are developing, which they need us to carry out. And so we're doing that. 7, right? Okay, IP export bridge. Okay, utilize our network to facilitate the export of patented technology. Exactly. U.S. startup. 8, U.S. startup connection. Costa Mesa influencers visited Japan, boosted their channels, and offered to partner with Japanese companies bringing technology to America via a student connected startup. That's how they're the bridge. 9, culturally informed business network. Establish a network for business goals, ensuring a positive user experience through U.S.-Japan cultural exchange. And then finally, 10, Web3 Chamber of Commerce transformation. Transform the chamber into a post-COVID Web3 powerhouse, sharing profits through a Web3 bank and empowering global opportunities via word-of-mouth social platform. And you guys are going to have all the tools to do that. And let me just go to one. And yes, so one of the things I'm just showing too is that, my affiliate model is something these 16, 17-year-olds can all apply to just by this template. This template is just people in your community how to brand themselves as ambassadors and how to do something that, we're creating value for business. So business who are listening to this, the Chamber of Commerce members, please go to the event and listen about the Web3 bank opportunity. And then when you're educated about it, next steps is how we're going to call to the 16, 17, 18-year-olds who are going to create their personal brands that are going to attract travelers to become influencers. And they're going to then be stars and beacons of lights for other people in there and do, and we will be sitting on a legacy of how we gave the community what they needed, and they will be also, everything they generate is going to generate upwards. We're going to get a piece of all of that, and we're going to use that to fund funds to, we're going to have a redistribution model, but not one that's based on taking from, but one that it's just based on generation, right? We create an excess and we kick upward and we have enough to survive. But what's important is we have this peace of mind. And 12 categories in your, these all come from my genuine experiences I had in Japan. And that's my magic, is that my time from when I was 14 to when I'm now 45. And these are all authentic. They ring true. And that's what's needed for social media marketing. So everyone, thank you so much. This is just a proposal I wanted to share where people, I do freestyle rapping, and I do that to keep people's attention. But then I like to direct their attention, and we're showing something that people can direct their attention to, which is how we can work together as collaboration partners. And so I hope, let's just see if I can show you one last thing before we go, and how Japan Exchange and this meeting app, okay, is connecting English speakers with Japanese individuals for educational travel and internships. So yes, we want your Costa Mesa people to come to Japan, and then also when you're back in Costa Mesa, people from Japan will come visit Costa Mesa. So the 12 categories of conversation, and this app is based on my personal story. And this is how, we're, exporting information from Japan, and everybody who's able to understand it is able to, we can share through podcasting, interviews, collaboration, creator, travel lighting, influencer, volunteer, improv, rap. Okay. And anyway, everybody out there, I hope that we get a chance to collaborate again soon. Okay. So, everybody, thank you so much. Nathan Raymond, Japan Exchange. And let's please make this the people of Costa Mesa, the current members of the Chamber of Commerce, please recognize this opportunity to go listen to the event and learn about Web3. And we are going to then empower the existing members of the Costa Mesa Chamber, which is going to make other businesses in Costa Mesa want to be on the chamber, and you'll be the only Chamber of Commerce where such businesses find themselves compelled to be a member, and people will ask, "Well, what makes Costa Mesa so special that all the businesses want to join that Chamber of Commerce?" And we'll show them how the way that we benefit the Chamber of Commerce is we let the Chamber of Commerce members, we raise their image of being pillars of the community who allow for 16, 17, 18-year-olds in university to get the necessary start they need by not providing, right, like what money can buy, but what money can't buy. Okay. So I'm doing the work of gathering people to an event and making sure those people are all there for the right reasons. It's safe. And so that's the kind of thing that we do. We keep people safe, but the right kind of marketing where we're in between business, government, and society, and how to make people happier. And we're dedicated to that as three, content creators, community collaboration partners, running social media marketing as a Web3, as really engines of the community. And we've mastered magnetism as so we allow people to explore their curiosities and know how to take that energy and turn it into an economy and take information and seriously tokenize it and then gamify the situation of distributing that information. So, please look at us for your mental ventures of attention economy. Okay, so and how we really do, provide attraction marketing and organically able to take you to make your volunteering as an English conversation partner be the thing to create content that when we share, you're organically being promoted as somebody who's in a loving, caring, vibrational state. And it has to be real. We make it real. So you're volunteering with me. Thank you so much, Nathan Raymond, Japan. Thank you very much for your time. The most important resource, and we will take that time and passion and turn it into what it needs for us to thrive. Thank you so much, Nathan Raymond, Japan Exchange. Let's talk soon. Okay, everyone. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. I gotta do it. See you guys.